Hello and welcome to the Breaking Free podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Francis. Very grateful, very humble to be joined by my brother Jordy and Claire Woodley.
Hello.
Some of my older listeners will know who Claire is. She used to be part of the Venus Twins. They've gone their separate ways, doing different ventures now. So Claire's out on her own doing the same work she was doing, which Claire will delve into in a minute, which is why she's here. Jordy's here too. My brother Jordy, for those that don't know this, my brother
Hey, brother
Jordy.
Jordy. I know Jordy.
Jordy does some cool things too. Everyone out there, a lot of he's been on my podcast a few times. If you're new to my show, they'll be in the show notes. You can listen to mine and Jordy's story. The podcast I've done with Claire and Georgie will be in the show notes too if you want to learn more about Claire's story. But today, Claire's going to do a live reading on Jordy and myself. Claire
Yep.
will be able to take over and say hello to my audience too, and then obviously tell us what it is that you're going to be doing today because I'm nervous and excited.
Well, hi everybody, and thank you very much for having me today, Nathan and Jordy. It's been nice to see you again and have this opportunity. I started a new venture about 3 months ago where I'm working solo now as Claire Woodley, intuitive spiritual guide, and I'm also a channel. I'm helping people um, with psychic mediumship, but I'm also what is called a telepathic channel. So I receive like almost like a angelic telephone call, shall we say. I hear them speaking through me. So that them being your guides, your spirit guides, and every single person has them. And they also have guardian angels, usually one head guardian angel. There's a head guardian angel that everyone has, and then there may be two or three other angels that with you all the time, depending on, let's say, how difficult your life path is. So usually the older souls have more guides and more angelic assistance because they come in and choose the more difficult life lessons to, delve really deeply. And that's why often older souls or tend to have quite emotionally difficult lives and find it really hard to be here on earth, and so we tend to find each other and often delve into the kind of help that I offer and are attracted to that, the deep spiritual paths in life. Yeah, so yeah, I've just started doing that, and the some information. The way that I work with my clients on one-to-one, and it's I work on Zoom with people all over the world now, is I just sit in meditation before I see the person in the meeting and pick up on some messages that the guides want to talk to me about with the client, which are sort of like the priority for this now moment, because I always work in the now, as we may or may not understand that, but the priority for right now. And that will help the person, maybe make choices that'll help them move forward in their life a bit, with a little bit more ease. And they'll never tell the client through me anything that more than they can handle. And there's said, so I never tell anything about pregnancies. I'll never speak to people about whether someone's going to be passing away soon or things like that. There's universal spiritual laws. And I learned those the hard way through trial and error and a little bit of embarrassment and a lot of pain and heartache. Also animals have gone missing. I recently had a big test where I was asked to try and locate someone's animal that they believe had been gone missing for a long time, and I received messages that the animal had passed, and got some messages and passed that on, and that was a big no-no. So I learned the hard way. The guides will always teach you, via life lessons. So I've got to a point now where I know the rules, and I know when they come in, whether they're the real deal or not. Sometimes lower vibrational entities try and sabotage the readings, but not very often anymore. Sometimes you can just they're just so stupid. I'm gonna say these low ones. They tend to they can be, you know, they just say things that more along the lines of telling people what to do, whereas my guides and other people's guides will always be, we feel that you should maybe suggest, or what about thinking this way, or they speak like that. They can't tell you what to do, but they can definitely offer or advice, really good advice, wise advice. And they've even helped with in people in business. I work with a lot of people in business now with their mission statements, because people are going into this beautiful 5D new businesses, and they want mission statements. The guides will write these, or will channel them through. And sometimes they even, get business names will pop in too, things like that. They're really good fun too to work with. So I have a good time. So yeah, I do it that way, where I sit in meditation and I hear them speaking, and I've done that for both of you guys today. And then I pulled a card for both of you, which I don't really use cards like a lot of psychics do. I just don't. I've never have. I wasn't taught by the spirit that way. I was taught using a pendulum, and I was showing Nathan earlier how that was looks like, and I just thought I'll show you. Would you like to see, everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching, have a look. This is cool.
So it started off using this chart, which is just a circle here with A through to Z here. And this is what I call the 0 point here. We've got yes and we've got no over there. So I say go to yes, and it'll go up, and it's already going up, because the energy of the person that I'm speaking to will channel through my heart. And it's just, I can just feel the energy of two of you there. I can't explain it, but I can. And it's sort of saying to me, which one are we doing first, But what happened was we were in lockdowns, and I was practicing. I was actually in a psychic development class, and I started using this chart and a pendulum, and I started to ask for the pendulum to say something to me. And I actually started to receive words, and I'm like, oh my God, it says, for example, in September of 2022, I've got a whole book of these quotes.
Oh, wow.
This one was the first one, and it took a long time for me to get it, actually, painstakingly slow, actually, with the letters. Okay, so I got a W, and the pendulum went to W, right? I'm like, okay, I'll write that down. So this one said, when things seem hopeless, have loving thoughts towards yourself and give in to seeing these things with love rather than fear.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like, what is going on? And then another one, love has opened the soul to endless possibilities. And then I said to them, how do I become telepathic? Which is what they were trying to train me to do. And they said, listen with your mind's eye, listen to the words in your head without judging yourself if you get it wrong. So that was sort of the beginning of the training, where the voice, and it's a silent voice, came in, and I could then channel people's guides. So I became the mouthpiece for them. So I likened it the other day on one of my reels, where on my Instagram page, which is at Claire Woodley 369, to being a singer, because that's how I've done my whole life. So I did ask my guides, well, who am I? It was interesting, what am I doing here? And they said, you're an intergalactic messenger. I went, oh, okay, that's interesting. So bringing messages from the unseen to the people. And And that's basically as a singer, I was also channeling, if for want of a word, channeling that, that energy of my soul out through the voice. So it's always been something I've done, but it's just morphed into something else now. Mind you, I still love singing, and I'll
That's
find
cool.
a mic one day.
So Claire,
Use my tuning fork instead.
who's up first?
All right, you're up first, Nathan.
Of course I am.
All right, so before, as I said, before we came on today, I sat in meditation, connected into Nathan's heart energy, and they said, Nathan,
Yo.
you're not invisible. Try to align with that part of you that sits somewhere in the middle. When it rains, it pours, but when it's dry, it's very dry. And I'm like, I'm not sure what this pertains to, but I do feel it's the dating area of your life that we have been talking about previously, off air.
Yep.
More balance, more spontaneity. And then travel, and I underline that. They went, travel. I went, oh, right, okay, travel. You need to travel, okay? Spread your wings this year. This is a very important year. This is the key to the next stage of your life. This is going to open many new opportunities, and the countries are Europe and USA.
Knew that.
Quite quickly. And then they said, stop padlocking yourself into the comfortable. I hate when they say things like that. But then I thought I'd pull a card, and that was the card that came straight off the deck. So that, as I said to Nathan a bit earlier, I don't use cards, but I just use them for a bit of fun. But because they're a bit girly, these ones. And
this is still a cool card, for those on
YouTube.
Adventure, cool card.
Yeah. There's water, which always pertains to me for overseas travel. So there you go. So we'll do more in a channeling session. Would you like to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So prior to doing that, I've also done some protections around myself just to make sure that I'm fully protected and in the love vibration energy.
Just quickly, Claire, for those that aren't sure, when you say protection, might be some people watching this that be like, what do you mean by protection? Just want to quickly explain protection?
Yeah, of course. Yep. Yeah. So when we kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, like lower vibrational and energies, excuse me, can pop in to these readings, and it can pop into anyone's thoughts as well. But as a psychic medium, I have to make sure that the energy that and the words that are coming in are from source, okay, from God, because that's ultimately what we all are a fractal of and part of, and not from anything lower than that. Yeah. So I protect myself with white light. Yeah, and a few other things. It's just, it doesn't necessarily have to be done, but I kind of like to do it. I like it's almost like a personal sort of ceremony that I do before I start all my work. I always light a candle, because when you're working with the light, I like to have the light shining. So I've got my candle going.
Cool.
And I use a bit of Palo Santo, and I often use a very high vibrational tuning fork to clear any stagnant energy. It's pretty much it. And if anything does sort of come in, I just say, I am the light I am. Say that a few times.
Nice. Good advice.
It feels good for working in this realm, because it is a little bit unknown, and it makes my clients feel safe too. Because they're like, I don't know how you work, and who are you talking to? Yeah. So I'm just going to call in your guides now, Nathan. And they often and usually always refer to themselves as your beautiful and loving spirit guides. The reason being is they want us to talk about ourselves like that. It's all about self-love in a big way with them. So I'll just call them in.
Yep.
And I'm just doing that in my mind for you.
Yep.
Okay, so they're here. And I'll just for everyone just on who's looking on YouTube, you can see that the 0 point is back here with my pendulum, and the angle of the pendulum, I'm not kidding you, is almost touching up to the yes, up there. It's on which pertains to me that you have an extremely high vibration or a frequency. So I actually have to bring it back down to center now. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'll get them to speak through me. So just imagine that I'm still going to be here. Obviously, I don't disappear. But I've been doing this full time for 3 years, by the way, everybody. So this is like kind of reading a book for me now, not talking to old friends. I'll let them speak through me. Just say Nathan's guides, which he has 9 of them. You have 9, and you have 4 guardian angels, including your one head guardian angel. Will speak through me. Let's say they're all on stage. We're all on stage. I'm going to kind of step back and they're going to start speaking.
All right.
I don't have a voice change or anything like that. Okay. They're saying a very, very special day today. Brothers in arms, brothers together are brothers that stay together. This is a brotherhood. This is a brotherhood sitting right in front of us that will make the world turn in a very special way. You both will be working together and separately as the years go by. So as this, new beginnings start to take shape, and the two of you, they're talking to the two of you now, obviously, for a minute, are starting to become more and more familiar and striving for great things together. This will enhance both of your lives. So they're saying, take a bow, both of you, for the work that you are doing for humanity. It really is starting to shake things up, and in a good way. That's really great. Now, Nathan, I say, the time to reach into your soul and make a decision is nearing. And it may not be within the next 6 months, but we do anticipate that it could be around the 8-month mark, where we see you beginning a travel journey into the heart of Europe. Okay, they're being very, very clear about this. I don't know if you've thought about going to Europe, but
I have.
This spiritual retreat. Okay, there's a clue for you.
What was that clue? Sorry, Claire. I'm just writing things down here.
Yeah, no, that's okay. They're saying this spiritual retreat.
Oh yeah, that's been in my I've been putting that out there the last probably 6 months that I knew I was going on a retreat somewhere, and that's
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's not like a holiday per se. No, they're saying absolutely. They're saying this spiritual retreat will take you to places that will make you rethink your entire life, actually. And this spiritual retreat they're saying will probably take you to around, wow, you're going to be going to a lot of countries, around 20. Like it's a real trip. It's a real trip. And this trip will see you becoming almost like a spiritual travel journalist. And this travel, this spiritual retreat, because each country that you visit will bring its teachings to you. And we do see, or we do feel, that you will be drawn to places that are very spiritually rich, and going deeply into those places, and finding the powerful teachings of each country. It's very interesting.
Mm.
Wow. So like the history, the historic, sort of, they're saying a real blend of the historic and the new. So it will be very, very life enriching for you, enriching. So it may not take as long as you think it will. So we feel that the trip may take around 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're saying at the very least, um, yeah, at the very least 4 weeks. But you can travel to a lot of countries in that time.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Do you want to ask any questions of your guides? Because that's another thing that I tell my clients, you can talk to them. They're your guides. I'm happy to, if you want to ask them a question, or I can just keep going.
Keep going and we'll see what comes
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
They're saying, okay, the dating game.
Here we go.
They're saying, and isn't it a game? They're saying, isn't it a game? They're saying um, the strongest point that we would like to make as your guides is not to rush anything at all. Linking in to different people and making connections is the best way forward, rather than feeling that you have to choose someone.
Yeah.
Take it to the point where it becomes the opposite of that, where you just know, and there is nothing to even sort of have to strive for, or even have to do. The linking in and making connections is key. Can I have more? I don't quite understand what they mean by that.
I fully understand what they mean, and there's someone sitting next to me that told me something very similar only about a week ago.
Okay. Good on you, Jordy.
So what you're getting, Claire, is bang on.
Okay, fantastic. All
Yeah.
right. So they're saying be happy to be single, but this striving, okay, they're talking about this striving energy to find her is not the most helpful energy.
Yeah. And I'm getting some looks from all sorts of directions here.
Do you
Enjoy the.
understand what they're saying? Do
Yeah,
you,
I
Jordy?
understand definitely what they're saying. He does.
100%.
All right.
I've
Okay.
said a very similar thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. So driving is sort of akin, they're saying, to perhaps being let down. And that is sometimes, in the back of your mind. They're saying we don't want you to see yourself as losing anyone, or not finding anyone, or being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even seeing yourself, they're saying, as
Mm.
this is a bit personal.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We can
Too boring for this person, because you don't, you're very um look after yourself, and you don't go out and hang out in bars and do all that kind of stuff. They don't want you to sort of set things up for disappointment. So they're saying, sort of like, tell yourself that you are able to sit in these places and enjoy yourself. But this doesn't mean that because you're not partaking in all of that, that you are, not like everyone else. All right. So, take yourself to places that are full of people. Stay true to yourself. Don't let go of your values or anything like that. But these places may indeed be, quite valuable in, seeing the sort of the happiness that goes on. Not to do with seeing people drinking or drunk or things like that, but just seeing people happy, just sort of getting out and about a little bit more. That's the advice.
Interesting.
Taking a step sort of into the unknown, but keeping your sanity and your control at all
Yeah.
times. That's important to you. They're saying very important. And not, being sort of, or what are they saying, led astray in any way. That they don't mean it like that.
Yeah.
But that's what they're sort of going into. Does that have any hold
Yep.
any merit?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Good, Jordy. What else have they got to ask about? Did you want to ask about business today as well?
Yeah, we can do the business stuff off air though. There might be there's some ideas
Oh, yeah.
there. Yeah, we can do that one off air.
Yep.
There are some questions that I will ask about those things off air too. So
Okay.
because
Yeah.
we're going to go real personal off air.
Okay. All right. Did you want me to read about what I got for you, Jordy?
Yeah. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Well, I'll keep going. We can go back to Nathan in a moment.
That's okay.
So when I tapped into Jordy's energy, I immediately had that please try and locate the suppressed pain inside to become the new version of you. And this new version of you is it's like this amazing rebirth almost. You're in a great position, they said, to start this work. It's quite very deep work, but you're going to be just fine because you're very grounded, extremely grounded, more so than ever, actually. And then I said, excuse me, then they said he sees himself as a teacher. Then why not become that teacher? Oh, I'm getting a ringing in my ear right now. Really? Oh, it's really loud. They said a golden opportunity is coming to you, Jordy, which may include having to choose between the easy and the seemingly impossible. Now, I don't know what that means because I haven't gone more deeply into it, and I'm not always allowed to know, but the client will know. And then it said it can be easy if you sit in the pain and let it go. I'm not sure what it is, and you don't have to say what it is because that's personal. And they said you have plenty of time to do this work, but the inner child is calling you to open the door, opening this door to freedom. And then I picked up your card. This is, and there it is there. You've got to shift that energy, which means sitting in it. And this is the kind of work that I do usually in most of my sessions. There'll be a blockage or something, or there'll be a suppressed energy that the guides will make me aware of. And I will ask the client whether they want to shift that. And it's done very, very quickly and very easily by in session, which is, I call it in sacred session. So I wouldn't do this with Jordy now because it's inner child work and that's very personal and probably too much for right now. But we sit in the energy, we feel it, we don't analyze it, we just feel it, and it will it will make itself known in the body somewhere. You probably heard about how we suppress stuff. Everyone does it. We all do it. But when it lets out of the body, it will come out through the top of the head, and then we use that, breathe it out. then the macabic field that surrounds every single human being starts spinning in a much more vibrant way, and the person feels much, much lighter. And then you just start attracting in exactly what it is that you want, or as what you prefer, as Bashar says, if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I do in the energy sessions. And yeah, you'll see that on my beautiful new website, which I've just created, which
Awesome.
we can put up and have a look in a second if you want. But would you like me to do some channeling on some of that for you, Jordy?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that.
This golden opportunity. Wonderful. Okay. I'm just calling in your guides now, so they're just sort of swapping teams, shall we say? All right. Okay, they're saying beautiful soul, beautiful, beautiful Jordy. You are really glowing. Your spirit, your soul is touching touching the people. Being seen more and more uh, is really, really good for you. And so as you become seen, you start to see yourself more and more and more, and loving the self becomes more and more and more. Uh, they're saying, easy for you. Your life is, a lot less pressured now as you live with your brother in Queensland. They're saying it is a very nice energy that you both are inhabiting together and learning and journeying together. They're saying, may we say how far you have come. It is a miracle, and it is a magical one at that. They're saying your clairvoyance is inspiring, and and you are approachable, kind, and generous. And this work will take you also to many places, and the places we are speaking of are mm, around this country, around Australia, and speaking at many different live events and things like that, like the Mind, Body, Spirit festivals and things like that. We are seeing many live appearances for you in the future. They're saying we are taking, sorry, we are seeing, pardon me, a lot of public speaking involved in your life moving forward. This golden opportunity takes inner work, and they're saying so does every life, but they're saying the deep inner work that you are being guided towards. They're saying you understand it well. They're saying, but it takes a lot of it's saying it's going to take a lot of bravery, and it's going to take a lot of spending time in deep inner meditation to bring some of the pains of the past to the surface. I don't know what they are, and you don't have to talk about them. We can talk about them off air if you want. And seeing yourself as this incredible person that has so much to offer the world that he can hardly keep up with the demand. That's what they're saying. So it really is very inspirational. Your life here is just becoming more and more and more highly attuned to what is best serving humanity. Yeah. And it is a very spiritually deep journey that you will go on. And they're saying the love that you have for others is the key. It will drive everything towards your future goals, and reminding the people that the love that they have inside of themselves will drive them forward. They're saying, but the most important key point they're saying to take from this, to take from us, your beautiful and loving spirit guides today, is that inside of you there is suppressed pain, and it must come out. But when you are ready, there is no rush. They're saying we would never wish to rush anyone. They're saying this is not valuable in rushing. Okay, so just take your time, breathe through it, and just see this new, there it is again, this new golden opportunity that is really staring you right in the face when it comes in. Okay, you'll just go, oh shit, there it is. There it is. Yeah, it really is beautiful. It's bright and it glows, and it has dollar signs in front of it,
Cool.
which is nice. Some nice income coming in from it as well. Really nice. Do you want to ask them anything, Jordy?
I'm trying to think of something that I could potentially ask on air, because there's a lot that I probably will discuss off air. There's
Yeah.
a lot there that
Yeah.
we can discuss.
Sure.
Anything to do with love? Like, because I know we touched on Nathan's dating life.
Here
I'm
we
happy
go.
to touch
Yeah.
on mine.
It has got to do with love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that enough for
Yeah. Yeah.
you? Okay. Yep. It's got to do with love, romance, and all of those things linked to that. And it's all good. So good. They're saying it's going to brighten things up in a big way for you. It's really nice.
Is there anything for the collective, the ones that are listening and watching, wherever in the world they are? Is there something that they want to say for the collective, maybe towards 2025, or a message for the collective? That might be a good finisher, actually. Might be able to wrap this up with that. Yeah, what do you reckon, Claire?
Yeah, they're saying absolutely. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
I love that.
I've got goosebumps, so
Yeah,
clearly it's going to be something. Yeah.
Okay, they're saying the predictions and the storylines that 2025 have weaved within it. Interesting word that they chose then. Are okay, about striving. That's a word, excuse me, about seeing the year ahead. I love what they've just said there, with rose-colored glasses on. They're saying, with all due respect, they're saying, the past few years have been the opposite color. There's been a lot of darkness. There's been a lot of transmutation, transformations, and the like. But this year, there is more and more love than ever. The opening of the heart is what we are talking about here. Rose-colored glasses, they're saying, they're laughing, ha ha. They're saying, but the truth is that this year, 2025, arriving in a few days, will possess so much love and the vibration of unity, that miracles can be accomplished just by sitting in that vibration. So uplifting your lives with music, uplifting your lives with community, and humanitarian projects, seeing and believing that anything is possible because it is. That's what they're saying as well. And not only believing that, but knowing it to be true. This is the year of knowing that you can achieve anything that you wish if you put your mind to it and a little effort. And that's all it takes. They're saying the rose-colored glasses will then be, they're saying, be worn by everyone. That is our wish for humanity, to see the love within each other's eyes, and that is why we mentioned glasses. So the seeing into the person's soul. Okay, this is an even deeper meaning of it. We wish for people to see into each other's souls and stop looking at the outside and start looking at the inside. This is very, very important, they're saying. Stop looking at what people are wearing. Stop looking at what people are driving. Stop looking at where they live. Stop looking at the periphery of the person. It's time to look deep inside the soul and connect there and stay there and breathe there. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps as I talk.
That's cool.
Breathing in this space, holding hands here, driving towards this future inside of each other, and not being so independent and thinking that you all are having to do this alone. Okay, that time is over. That competitive energy is over. It's time to link hands, join in harmonious connections and unions that will open that heart of humanity as one. They're saying be in the now, be in the spontaneous, there's that word again, be in the love vibration, and do it the best way you can and any way you can, and that will be the determining factor for the world to start spinning in a different way and in a more loving way. And it already is. They're saying the seal has been broken already. We are already here. It has begun. The golden age, the time of renewal, the time of rebirth. It is here. They're saying it is here now. So be in the now, everyone. That's what they're saying. They're saying we love you. We love you. We love you. The spirit guides from above. Oh, isn't it beautiful?
It's a beautiful message.
I feel towards the end there that became more of an angelic communication. They start to sort of speak a little differently. If you noticed how my voice started to change. So the guides are more so on a personal, practical level, and then the angels sort of sometimes step in and it becomes a little different. Yeah.
Claire, thank you so much for giving your time to this today, to my audience, to my listeners, to my viewers.
And to us.
And to us as well, for Jordy and I. That was incredible. We're going to have an interesting chat off there. Just before we go, Jordy, where can people find you? And then Claire, where can people find you when Jordy's done giving himself a plug?
Yeah, go for it.
So you can find me on my Instagram, YouTube channel, or Facebook page, Jordy_medium13. I also have a food blog that people probably know. I do have a food blog. I love cooking and I love posting food, so you'll always get a person that's a bit more of a personal touch on myself and the food I like to cook and the food I like to eat. So
he also posts the food I cook too, but I don't get much recognition.
So that is Jordy. I think it's Jordy_foodblog14. I think
we'll put that a link in the show notes for people to find.
But it's a fun little page that I created when Nathan and I originally came up to Queensland and did a trip, and because I just love food and I love cooking, I was like, I should share it, and it became a bit of a passion.
Totally.
And I definitely want to, in 2025, I'd love to write a recipe book that goes with that so that people can cook
Perfect.
the organic food. That's what I do. I like to create things that would seem unhealthy, but it actually is unhealthy. I mean, it is healthy, sorry. Jeez. It is healthy.
Yeah, got it.
I like taking a twist on different foods and making them a lot more healthier than what they are. So that's a bit of a passion of mine as well. So I've got my Medium page and also my food blog.
Love that.
Good on
Claire,
you.
where can people find yourself? Where can we find
Yeah, well, I'm on Instagram as well. It's my name, Claire Woodley 369. There I am there.
Hey.
I'm an intuitive spiritual guide psychic medium channel. And my website is up as well. It's clairewoodley.com.au.
Awesome. Jump on there. Check Claire's stuff out. Check Jordy's stuff out. The food blog. It's finally out there. I love that. Claire, thank you once again. Jordy, thank you as well. Thank you, my beautiful guides, my beautiful spirit team. They're always with me every time I do these things. I don't ever thank them, so I'm guessing I'm finally thanking them live on air. So thank you, my team. Thank you, Jordy, Claire's team, everyone's team.
Yeah.
Thank you for the beautiful message that you gave the collective.
Yeah.
For anyone listening and watching, get in contact with Claire. She's really good at what she does. Get in contact with Jordy as well. And get in contact with me as well. You all know where to find me too. So thank you everyone for listening and watching. This podcast is going to go real global next year. So I'm looking forward to that. And there's some awesome guests.
Sure is. I think you are as well.
The traveling podcast. Podcast traveling.
I will talk to you all again soon. Thank you for listening and watching wherever in the world you are. 2025 is going to be your year. Make it your year. Let's go.